If you have been struggling to get sales from your design work or understanding what you really need to do to make money, I have the workshop for you. On September 23rd, I'm hosting my first ever Profitable Designer Workshop. This 1-day, 3-hour workshop is only $97, but I have a discount for all my podcast listeners. Go to carinagardnercourses.com/profit and put in the code podcast for $50 off. I can't wait to see you more profitable. Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. This is a little different episode because I normally don't talk about a ton with my team. I'm usually really focused on design, but today I thought it would be really fun to share with you guys some of the softwares that I'm using. I know many of you are creating design businesses and you are using software as well, and so I thought I'd share some of the things I'm using. This is my top 5 things that I'm like in honestly every single day. So now my first one, I'm kind of being sneaky because my number one is the Adobe software, and I'm sneaking it in because it's really a lot of products, right? Like my main 2 that I use is Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. Those are 2 that designers just have to use. But of course, I use InDesign. I also use Premiere, which is video editing software. And I also like Audition, which is actually great for this podcast. So there are a lot of things in there. I use the Adobe Suite, but if you're a designer, I really hope you are using Illustrator and Photoshop. I don't know how you're not, because I've seen some of the free software out there. It is not great, and it doesn't power the way that Illustrator and Photoshop do. So hopefully you're using that. That is my number one, 100%. And I start with that because if you're a designer, you should be using that software. And which, by the way, we just did in January, my very first Illustrator Whiz workshop, and there is a replay available. So it's now its own little digital course with some bonuses in there. You can go grab that at carinagardnercourses.com if you're wanting to learn Illustrator. Okay, that's a beginner course. Okay, all right. Next up on my list, in every single day, because I teach design, I use Kajabi. There are lots of great course softwares out there. I've just really liked the format of Kajabi, and I've really liked the way that we're able to get all the coursework in a single place and give coursework to all of the members. So Kajabi has been really great for me. Okay, next up is Planoly. So you guys may know that we are on Instagram a lot. And when I say we, I mean I mostly do all the Instagram, which seems a little crazy because I do have a team, but I have yet to kind of even let anyone else do very much posting at the time of recording this. Hopefully that changes in the future. But we have the Carina Gardner feed, which is mostly about design and fabric at this point. The Carina Gardner Paper Crafts feed, which is all about silhouette and paper crafting. Then we have the Ink Club feed, which is our Ink Club crafting membership, and that's Ink Club Creative. Then we also have the Carina Gardner Designs feed, which I shouldn't even be talking about here because it's a secret feed. And when I say secret, I mean I only post on it once in a while, and it's just if I have some design insight or I'm showing behind the scenes in something, like I'm at dinner with a bunch of fabric designers, I'll show some of that. So that happens on the Carina Gardner Designs feed. So I'm not on that very often. And then the last thing where I'm on for is the Ink Club community. So we moved over from January. This was a big change. We moved over Ink Club's community, which had been in Kajabi. We moved it into Instagram privately, which has been so awesome. And I love it because I can go live, I can go in and I can talk to the members, I can see what everyone's saying. It's just a way easier platform for everybody to come in and communicate and be a part of the community. So it's been really good. So all of those feeds I'm a part of, which means it becomes really difficult if you're not doing a little bit of planning to get everything up and ready to go because we post on most of these feeds daily at least. And so I really like Planoly for this. It works out really nicely for us. And that way I can go in, I can schedule things, write things up. Even with just posting alone still takes up a substantial part of my morning, like an hour, to just get everything up and going. So I really like Planoly. Okay, the next one is one our team started using in November, so not very long. It's now February. But it's Monday.com. And I had used before this Trello and Asana. Monday just seemed to work better for what our team was trying to do. And it's really awesome because everybody on the team has their own boards. And then we have boards that tell us what is going on in certain aspects of the business. And that has been so helpful. So I've just really loved it. I didn't know if I would, but I really, really liked it. So if you're looking for like kind of a to-do list, I do think they have a free version. If you don't love Monday.com, I have heard that, or if you don't want to pay, I've heard ClickUp is another way to go. So that's just a little nugget for you if you're looking for something like that. And then the last thing I'm going to say, which has been really interesting because I've always had one, but we've changed everything. So now the business is using it, and that is Google Drive. I use Google Drive for just me, and we made the transition to Google Drive for the entire team in November. And it has taken us a while to get everything up and going, and it's been a process. But now that we're there, it's been amazing. And everyone's just able to find what they need. We have a shared drive. It's awesome for me because that's where we're linking all of our freebies for the newsletters. If you're part of one of our VIP lists, which is totally free, our fabric, our silhouette, we have a courses VIP as well. And all of those are free, and we have freebies on them every single week. And so we finally figured out, we had been using a different system, but we finally figured out how to use that from Google Drive just recently. And it has been so much smoother. We're still working out kinks. That's the thing about any kind of business, especially design business, because what do I tell you guys all the time? The main thing a designer wants to do or should be doing is designing, right? So I always want to be designing. And so having to deal with all these little nuances of the business has been a difficult transition. I'm not going to lie, because I want to be spending most of my time making the stuff and posting the stuff and putting the stuff up, right? And so having some of these softwares has been really, really helpful because it has allowed me, I have to think about them as a team member, like this software is doing this work for me so that I don't have to worry about it. So those are my 5 favorite pieces of tech right now that I'm using. And hopefully if you're not using any of those or you have questions about those, you can always ask me on my Instagram feeds, especially my @Carina Gardner. That's where I'm doing and talking about design a lot. So hopefully that helps. And by the way, I'm just going to put this little plug in because I don't do it very often. If you have not left a review for this podcast, reviews are the life of podcasts. They make them so that they're more accessible for people. If you could just hop in and leave me a little review, I would appreciate it so much. It really, really helps me. And as you know, I hop on here 3 times a week, which most podcasters are on once a week, sometimes once a month. I'm in here 3 times a week, just giving you these little nuggets that I'm hopeful will help you in your design business. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Leave me that review. I appreciate it so much, and we'll talk soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.